slave auction. What he's doing is saying that black people, you look at their color and you look at their genitalia. You don't look at their intelligence. You don't look at their job experience. All you look at is their color and their genitalia, and that's the pick. Well, that's how you choose dogs. That's how
Mm.
you choose pets. That's how you make the difference between a slave. So Joe Biden in 91 had a high-tech lynching of a black man. Now Joe Biden in this year will have a high-tech slave auction of a black woman. That's how I see it.
You ain't lying about that. I could tell you that. You definitely ain't lying about that. I want to let folks know the YouTube stream is back on there. I didn't know, somebody just hit me up and said it was off. I put it back on there, so I'm letting folks know. Um, you're absolutely correct. You know, this, in my personal opinion, is very racist. It
Yes.
is. You know, you can only imagine what people are thinking about this, especially the liberal left, because they're very quiet. Now, why stop at a black woman? How come you didn't say a East Asian woman? They don't have Apu and them on there too. You get what I'm saying? How about Apu and them? They need to be put on there, right? How about an Asian woman? How about this? How about a cat? How about a dog? I mean, these are the dumb stuff that they're doing, Anthony Allen. And they
Yes.
believe that what they're doing is righteous. Just because you haven't had a black woman on there doesn't mean that you need to somehow go out and look for one. You haven't had a cat on there either. I mean, should we be looking for cats and dogs as well? I mean, this is the type of notion that these folks are putting out. So it's, in my eyes, it's very evil for them to do it. And the people who aren't speaking up against it, they are scared, in my personal opinion. There needs to be people speaking up against this,
Yes.
because how about if Republicans get in there? How about if a person says, "Hey, I think there should be more white people here. I want to go ahead and make sure that there's a white woman on here, or a white man, or this and that." I think that they would be upset about it. But
Yes.
then again, we would be playing that game with them, that identity politics game, which is, to me, not a very good game to play. Because once you start playing that game, and you can see how some Republicans have started to play that game. Once you start playing it, you can't stop playing it, because the people are going to expect you to capitulate to what's going on. And in our country right now, we have a victim culture. So they want to look for people who are down and out, people who, quote unquote, haven't had the same opportunities as, some others in the past. And they want to make sure they use them for their narrative. Anthony Allen, one thing I do want to speak about, and I want you to just speak about this before we end, which is using blacks and using women to push their agenda. One thing I do know in this country, when it comes to pushing an agenda of hatred and destruction, the liberal left uses women and blacks, because they know that if they have them at the figurehead, at the top, if anything goes crappy, goes downhill, which it always does, it will provide cover. Blacks and women provide cover for the Luciferians' destruction. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the Democrats have been playing this game for a very, very long, long time, Jermaine Botsio. They have always used women and they have always used blacks. They care nothing for women. That's why they want transgender. That's why they want men to pretend like they're women, because they hate women. And they also hate black people, and that's why they're always using black people whenever they need to pass something weird, something awful. They say black people need to have this. Black people, they can't get an ID. Black
Yep.
people don't have this. They're always saying that the legislation will help black people, and it has never helped these, help black people. So they have always done that, Jermaine Botsio, and I am sick of it. I have been sick of it for a long, long time because it makes black people dependent upon government. It doesn't help black people to make a way for themselves and their family. It makes them very, very dependent. It makes them very, very immature. It gives them accolades and virtues that they don't earn. Okay. It makes them put down Dr. Ben Carson, Clarence Thomas, and it makes black people promote rappers and the low denominators of black people because the government is constantly pushing bad people on good black people in order to promote these asinine policies. And they do the same for women. Who would have thought that the Democrat Party would destroy women's sports by putting transgender, by putting men in women's sports? That isn't a love for women. That is a hate for women, and that's Democrats. They hate women. They hate blacks. They really do hate the people that they pretend to help.
They do. The people they pretend to help, all they are is stepping stones to power. That's it.
Yes.
That is it. They could care less about women. They could care less about blacks. And you can tell by the way they talk. They push what I call false compassion. That's why I'm very honest on this show when I speak about emotions and people getting a hold of it. Because in our society, they have re-engineered our public to think through emotion through the woman. And I want the women to understand they don't like you like that. They don't. They hate you. And one thing they do know about women in their psychology, when it comes to looking at what they have done, right? In retrospect, analyzing, knowing where you screwed up and you went wrong, right? Saying, I'm sorry. These traits here, and I always point them out, these traits are something that women don't have. Most women don't have that trait to say, you know what, I'm sorry, right? Saying, I'm sorry when you've done something wrong. I've dated a lot of women. Even my mama can't get them to say sorry. They'd rather die. And women know what I'm talking about. They're saying, you know what, I done screwed up. I'm sorry. Women would rather die. So there's a mental characteristic that is there that they know, and they're using it against women. Right? It's an insecurity. They know this. And I keep pointing it out. Because in retrospect, if women were to take a look at the stuff that they're doing and look at it, benefits versus the cons, right? Cost analysis. If they were to do this, they would figure out in a heartbeat that the single mama epidemic, this being a single mama, that all that crap would be is not good. They would notice that, hey, us being in a lot of these positions, we're not doing a good job because of the way that we have been bred to think. A lot of these things here, ladies, I'm letting you know, is because they want it like that and they're using you. They're using you, pumping up your ego through the feminazis so that you can separate from the men in your life. They want you and daddy government to raise your children. They want your mindset in your girls and boys that you're raising. That's what they want. They want the girls and boys that you're raising to have your mindset, a female's mindset. And when you look at the female characteristic, right? Most females, believe it or not, are followers. But I know it hurts some folks out there. Naturally submit. Do you understand? These are the things they want to teach your children. They want that type of mindset ingrained in them. They don't want the warrior spirit of the father. The one that says, hey, I think something's going wrong. I need a fight. They don't want that. Because your father has that warrior spirit. He has that leadership, right? He has that emotional security. Something that most women don't have. Most women are insecure. Right? You're always worried about something on you. Do I look good in this? Do I look fat in this? Right? So these things here all boil down to what we're seeing here today. And we have to be honest about it. And we have to talk about it in a fashion that people can heal and move on. Anthony Allen, buddy, pal, that is our show for tonight. I want to thank you so much for coming on in here.
You're quite welcome,
hanging out
my
with
friend.
us. It was very, very, very beautiful. And let me tell you something. I enjoyed you very much, very much.
Thank you,
any last words for our beautiful crowd here?
This beautiful crowd, I just want to say that they're smart, they're funny, they do know what's happening in the world of conservatism. This is what America is about. They also understand that we are a citizenship society. Nobody wants a society of tribes where someone picks and chooses based on color and gender and all kinds of criteria. We are a nation of citizens. And I just feel that conservative nation, what you're doing, what you bring to the table, is going to be a short time and you'll be nationwide, coast to coast. And because you do bring a message that needs to be heard all around the world and it's getting there. I was looking at some stats, and I guess in a couple of days you had reached 25,000 people. That's amazing to me. And like that is what we need to be pushing for, is to keep pushing the conservative nation and those ideas out there. And you're the catalyst, Jermaine BOTSIO. You're the catalyst.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we reached a lot of folks, and it's the stories that we're putting out here. You know, we're showing Biden's America and how crazy it is. People need to be aware of what's going on and how the media is hypnotizing people to be complacent with all the crime and the evil going on. I don't want people to be complacent. I want people to be very, very apprehensive, cautious, and let me tell you, outright, not even mad. They should be. We as a society are being betrayed. We're being betrayed by a lot of folks, and it's important that we do the right thing. So I want to thank everybody for coming on in here. I want to thank everybody for hitting that like button. And I would like to thank everybody for sharing. I really do. Really do. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on in here. I want to thank everybody for hitting that like button.
I think we froze up for a while.
Yeah, we did for a quick second here. And that's it. So that's what it is here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll be on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, giving you guys the good word. I want to thank everybody and their mama's mama for coming out here, hanging out with us. And until next time, you guys take care. Have a very, very beautiful night. And we'll catch you guys here later with another edition of Conservative Nation.